All right, moving on to 8.4, finding the area of a right triangle. Keyword right triangle. By right, we know that this sign right here means 90 degrees. Okay, that is very important when we are trying to find the height of the triangle. Okay, when finding the area of a triangle, you are going to take area equals base times height divided by 2. Again, that's area equals base times height divided by 2. So when plugging that in, on this specific triangle, we have the base is 10, the height is 6, so 10 times 6, and then divided by 2. So working that, make sure you multiply first. 10 times 6 is 60, divided by 2. So then we get the area equals 30. And again, big deal here. The labels have to be there, centimeters squared. When finding the area, you have to have that squared along with it. Okay? So big thing with triangles, areas of triangles, is this equation right here. Get to know that equation. Let's look at another one. This one, it is not necessarily a right triangle, but very important that we still have that 90-degree angle. We need to find that because that signifies where our height is going to be. Okay, the height is not one of these lengths right here, not those. Okay, so again, area equals base times height divided by 2. So plugging in what we know, we have the base is 8 times 5 divided by 2. Again, multiply first, 40 divided by 2. So you get the area equals 20 feet squared. Moving on, now we're going to see ones where we're missing either the base or the height. Key thing is to still rely on that equation that we have. Area equals base times height divided by 2. So just like with area of the squares, we need to plug in what we know. It told us that the area is 39 square inches. So for area, we're going to plug in 39 equals the base from our picture. We have 13, and then h we don't know, and then divided by 2. So there I'm just using the formula and plugging in what I know. Now from here, we want to get h by itself because that is what we are looking for. So first what we want to do is get rid of that fraction. We don't like to work with fractions. So to get rid of fractions, we multiply by the denominator on both sides. So we need to multiply by 2 on both sides. On the left, 39 times 2, we get 78. And then over here, our 2's cancel out, so we're just left with what we have in the numerator, 13h. And then lastly, to get h by itself, we need to divide by 13. So we get h equals 6. Label on this one is just inches. Since we are not looking for the area, it is just a plain label with no square. So again, when you are missing a length, whether it's the base or the height, resort back to your formula. Okay, use your formula whenever you are dealing with area. All right, go ahead and pause this video to try these 4 examples on your own, and then come back to check your answers. Looking at number 1, we know for all of these, the area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. So plugging in what we know, the area equals the base was 9, the height was 8 divided by 2. Moving along, we have 72 divided by 2, so that would give us 36. And again, we're finding area, so our label is important. We need to have inches squared. Moving on with number 2, it's not necessarily a right triangle, but we still have that 90-degree angle where we know that our height is 7. So we take 12 times 7 divided by 2. So we have 12 times 7, which gives us 84 divided by 2, which gives us 42 yards squared. Looking at number 3, again, plug in what you know. We have 16 times 15 divided by 2. Multiply first, 16 times 15, we have 240 divided by 2. So we get 120 centimeters squared. Okay, number 4, it says a triangle has an area of 84 square inches and a height of 14 inches and wants us to find the base. Again, I'm going to emphasize using your formula. Okay, don't try to cheat it. Use that formula to help you out. Plug in what you know. We know the area is 84 inches squared. And then we know that the height is 14 inches. And we're looking for the base. And then we divide by 2. So there, I just plugged in what I know. Now we need to solve. Remember, we don't like fractions, so we need to get rid of fractions by multiplying by that denominator. We have 84 times 2 is 168 equals 14b, because you're just left with your numerator. And then lastly, we need to divide by 14. So we have b equals 12. And then our label on this one would be inches, since we were not looking for the area, it's just inches. Okay. If you have questions, resort back to this video and then look up at the board for my hints on the worksheet.